Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back. My name is Tash and I'm going to guide you through a flying cow sequence. It's a series of postures and kind of like a sun salutation, but a little bit lower to the ground. One of my favorite ways to warm up the body in the winter time. So let's come to tabletop. Bringing the wrists more or less in line with the shoulders, the knees in line with the hips. Take a moment to get a slight tuck of the chin to maintain that neutral spine. And then we'll get going. So on the inhale, drop the belly button low, lift up through the chest and the tailbone into cow. Exhale to round through the spine, tuck the bum under, drop the head, and at the same time, draw the hips back towards the heels, kind of like you're making your way into a child's pose. Then on the inhale, we're going to come up to kneeling. Sweep the arms wide, take them up and overhead. Maybe the palms join. And then an exhale, slow motion, drawing the hips back towards the heels. Reach the arms forwards into a child's pose. Settle the forehead down towards the ground. Then we're going to weave all those movements together. So on the inhale, come up to cow. Drop the belly button low, radiate chest forwards. Exhale to tuck the bum under, push the ground away round through the spine, draw hips back to heels. Inhale up to kneeling, sweep the arms wide. And then exhale, child's pose. We'll take that a couple more times. So using your breath here, inhaling, chest lifts. Exhaling, spine rounds, drawing the hips back. Inhale up to kneeling, sweep the arms wide. This time, if you want to take an optional mini back bend, you're very welcome to. Breastbone lifts. And then exhale back into your child's pose. Take it slow motion, settle the hips back. Take a moment to relax the elbows, wrists, and forehead. We're going to do that 2 more times with your breath. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale. And exhale. One more round. Nice. And then we'll just settle into a child's pose. Just take a moment to allow the upper body to get heavy. Take a moment to have a compassionate check-in. Making the intention not to necessarily relax, but just to allow space for all parts of us, all feelings, thoughts, sensations to be here. Sometimes we just need to allow space to feel before we can start to shift. And when it feels comfortable for you, we'll lift back up to hands and knees, tabletop. And we'll just work some free spinal movements into the spine here. So you might wish to just circle the hips, forwards, backwards, side to side. It might feel quite nice to look over one shoulder and the other. Stretch out through the side body. And I quite like to close the eyes here, not really worry or care about what I look like, and just start to draw any free movements that feel particularly good here. Weave the breath through the body. One more breath in here. And then we'll come back to a neutral spine. Pad the hands forwards towards the top of the mat and just settle the whole of the front of the body all the way down. We'll lift up into a Sphinx pose. So bringing the elbows more or less underneath the shoulders. You can take them a little forwards if that feels more comfortable. Point the toes back. Have a sense of the chest and the heart space lifting as the shoulder blades glide down the back body. You might explore bringing the chin parallel towards the ground here. Eyes can be open or closed. Take one more breath in. And a slow, easy breath out. And we'll scoot the elbows out towards the side as we settle the whole of the front body all the way down. Just bring the hands underneath the shoulders on the inhale. And then exhale, tuck the toes, push back through hands and knees, and we'll make our way into a downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, send the bum high, relax the back of the head. You might wish to stay in stillness here, or you might choose to bring some movement in, pedaling out through the feet, shaking the head, yes and no. Any movements to help you feel a bit more safe and comfortable in this pose. Just breathe here. And as we inhale, we'll rise up to tiptoes, bend the knees, look forwards. Exhale, we're going to step into a Malasana Yogi squat. So bringing the right foot just behind the right wrist, left foot just behind the left wrist. Turn the toes out slightly, heels in, and then start to sink the bum low. You can have a cushion or a block underneath that bum if that feels comfortable for you. And then you might choose to keep the hands on the floor, or you can bring hands together in the heart, prayer hands to heart, separating the thighs, knees with the elbows, and have a sense of the spine growing along. There is a tendency here to roll into the inner edges of the feet. Can we keep pressing down through the outer edges? Take a breath in and a breath out. And as we inhale, we'll bring the hands down in front of us. Exhale, just plop your bum back. We'll come back into a comfortable seated position facing roughly this way. Hands can rest on top of the knees or thighs, or you can bring both prayer hands to heart. Take a moment to thank you and your body for this short practice today. And we'll end by taking one last full breath in and out together. Take a nice full breath in and a breath out. You might choose to bring this intention of not necessarily forcing our bodies to relax, but just cultivating this allowing presence to hold space for all parts of our feelings, thoughts, and emotions to exist so that we can shift when we're ready. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a great day.